This versatile track is the preferred test venue for Formula One teams due to its range of demands. There are 16 corners on this 4.6 kilometre circuit. Average speed is not high at 195 kilometers an hour, but it's 60% full throttle, and the long turn 3 takes its toll on the tyres. Overtaking was always tough here until the introduction of DRS zones.
Ah, shit. And there you have it. How it worked. My mistake. Welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix in the BBU F1. This is Division 1, and as I said, today's casters is me and Alex.
Hey, we're back for another race with Division 1. This time at Catalonia track, the Barcelona Catalonia track in Spain. We're going to see about 32 laps come out today, Donkey. It's a, as you heard in the intro video, it's quite a versatile track.
Yeah, which is why it's used for a lot of testing. Offers a lot of different things.
But it also brings with it quite a few differences to the last couple of tracks that we've had so far, like Zandvoort, where there's not many overtaking opportunities, and it's a particularly turn-heavy track. And before that, you of course had the China, which again, a very simple track with a lot of long straights. Spain offers us the best of both.
Yep.
And we're going to see a lot of people trying to push the limits, especially going through turn 1 and 2. Because people going wide a lot, because a lot of slow right-hand corners on this track as well. You see turn 3, 4, 9, and even 12. And all these positions is where you can really go too far wide, and that's where you might see somebody trying to sneak for another cut, and we might see some collisions happen.
Especially turn 9, I feel like that's where I struggle a lot to keep it on the track sometimes.
Because turn 9, just as you're going up the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, thing with turn 9, and this is where we'll probably see it in Division 1, and there won't be much of an issue. But in Division 2 is where you'll see the brave with the not so brave. So really going through turn 9, you should be flat out.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't, then
then you're gonna lose time.
Yeah,
because the long straight follows as well. So
exactly.
if you're not going all out going into the straight, you're behind miles per hour every second that you're not doing that. So
and really, this track really shows the it's not really how much you enter the corner, it's how you exit it. And if you exit turn 9 bad, well, you fucked there, because the rest of the corners you're not gonna gain speed there.
Yeah. The big one for me is going to be sector 3. This is where we might see corner cuts. We're definitely going to see tire degradation. People going wide, going onto the gravel maybe should come around 15 into 16. It can really catch people off. And those, it's a very slow chicane. And I personally struggle around that area of the track as well.
Yeah, when you come from turn 13 down to 14, 15, around there, until you get up to the second DRS zone. Yeah, most definitely, you're right there. I think it's going to be an interesting race to see.
Who do you think's going to win today? Good in predictions. Haas have, of course, turned up last week.
Yeah.
But let's assume every driver's here today.
I don't know. If Gavin has his performance from last week, I feel like Hudson is a good candidate here. I think this is a track he will benefit from.
Okay. I want to keep backing my boy Aaron. But there is places where going a little bit too far off to the side can cost you here. And unfortunately, he has somewhat of a reputation. I think my top 3 for today, I'm thinking it's hard. I'm going to go in no particular order. Jesus, Gavin, Hodgson.
I think that's a strong top 3.
I think Aaron and Crispy might be in the 4th and 5th spot, but again, we're still yet to see what Crusader can really do, because he's a strong driver as well.
Yeah, he is. You're right. I think
I wouldn't be surprised if that top 5 got broken into by anybody, to be honest.
I think one here that could actually struggle a bit here, I guess, is Evoke sometimes goes wide on the track, and here it could really hurt him to do that.
Yeah, it's a similar point to Aaron. Yeah, if you can really catch those guys who try to push the track limits off guard a little bit.
If he doesn't push it too far, I think Evoke could actually look strong here as well. I think he could, not in the he's gonna win category, but in he's gonna
Definitely
be
get some reasonable points.
yeah. But yeah. What about Dave?
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. He had a really good turnout last race.
I know he's been practicing, and he's been practicing with the equal performance car as well, so he's maybe a bit more ready for how that feels compared to just racing the Mercedes.
Yeah, and he's not bad round this track, to be honest.
No.
I don't like. I wouldn't rate Dave like at Monaco or Singapore, like these super technical tracks, maybe.
No.
But in Spain, there's definitely an argument for him to be put in the conversation of maybe 5th, 6th place.
I think you're right there.
Get some point himself.
Again,
Right. Assuming no safety cars, nobody DNFs.
So here we're ready at the track, and
Qualifying.
we will, of course, be enabling all this stuff because why would the game?
I don't know why it doesn't remember.
Why would it remember what I like to have on? Why would it ever do that? So we see first man out of the track here is well, why won't it? Okay, I guess.
It passes AI.
Why is it Bass's AI?
First car out of the track.
They don't race.
Altrox is out as well. He's also the AI do go out and do qualifying laps, I guess, but they never used to, right?
No, they never used to. Is Bass here?
Crispy thinks that half the lobby are going to bin it and turn 7 or 9.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if Bass is here. Like,
no, Baz is not here.
no, right? Okay, we see here. So the first quote-unquote real player we have out is Altrox here, and every player so far has fitted the soft tires, which I think.
I actually don't think Alfie's here either.
Okay. Interesting. Then we have Gaben. He is. I don't know. Is he here? I'm not gonna say anything until I know it from now on.
Yes, Gaben is here.
Okay, cool. What about Aaron?
Aaron's here.
Okay. Astral.
Yeah, no. Astral has officially stepped down from the league, but has remained in it to keep the numbers balanced.
Okay, fair. Cool. Gaben has joined now.
Yeah.
According to the... I love this game. Such a perfect game.
We've got it in.
And we see here...
Good chance we're going to have a wet race.
Yeah, those clouds also don't look particularly good.
Wet race in Spain.
Ooh.
It's not the worst track to drive in the wet, but it's going to slow the times down a lot.
Yeah. So the times we've been seeing from people. Have you followed that at all?
Yeah. What you're going to see is low 116s.
Yeah.
You're going to see low 116s from all the Division 1 boys. Maybe one or two mid to late 116s. And I think with the possibility of a wet race, track position means everything at Spain now.
Yeah.
Because you can't full throttle through a lot of these corners that you normally would. You've got two like half chicanes, so turn 1 and 2, and then 7 to 8, and then obviously the full chicane down to sector 3, going through rock. Not having DRS to catch up to people, it's going to be tricky.
Yeah, it really is. Gonna be interesting to see here. We see Bearded leaving the track. He's leaving the track.
Well, 116.1's coming in from the AI as the benchmark is, shall we say?
Yeah. Hudson, is he in?
Hodgson, I don't know if he's in yet, but he will definitely be racing today.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good to see. Setting there. So Gaben here starting his hot lap. Now.
No, he isn't.
No, he just
116.2.
I don't know how much of that he joined midway through this lap, so I don't know how much this actually counts.
How much that was him?
Yeah.
Very unusual that the AI is now doing qualifying laps. I'm sure that was not the standard.
Did they update that with the? There has been a patch today. We know.
Oh, there was a patch today. Yeah. You know what? I haven't looked. It could very well be. I will take a look now. I'll return with the info.
Thank you. We see Jesus leaving the track. Again, he leaves the track and not the pit. He decides not to do that. and just give space there for the crisp one. See how Evoke comes here, and once again, Jesus gives him space. Nice to see that. That's what we love to see.
Oh, they have actually addressed the issue with access codes not working, apparently.
Yes,
So
how long have the game been out?
8 months or
Oh,
so.
oh, that, I mean, it's fine. Game-breaking bugs fixed 8 months later. Good. Of, you know, their launch
It doesn't
feature.
mention anything about making AI now go out, so maybe that's just a bug.
Oh, fuck's sake. Well, we will see in the Div2 race, I guess.
It could also be bug brought on by the patch itself.
Yeah, it could.
Aaron with a 115.8. This is the kind of pace I would expect to see from Aaron. I think.
Yeah.
Of the qualifying winners today, I think Aaron starts on pole. I don't think he finishes there, unfortunately.
No, but he could start there. Yeah. But like with a red race that's wet, and you know, in and then a crash or two, like he could be looking good if he can sit there and hold the pace. Like a lot out of that. I don't know how good he is in the wets though.
Well, he skids in the dry, so I'm not too hopeful.
No, right?
As we see, Crusader also coming in at 116.7, Evoke 117 flat. I think we'll see more out of him.
Yeah. I know Jesus has been practicing this track a lot and really wanted to push his time down, and he's been out sick.
He's just started his final lap right now.
Yeah.
As I see him go to the sector 1 marker, 21.5.
Go to the corner 4. Goes down to 5th corner here. Looks pretty solid so far. Goes a bit wide there, but it's fine.
He can lean on the curbs a little bit here at the track in Spain as well. That could have been straighter though.
Yeah. Not a perfect out yet, but hey, it's his first, so here.
I love that shot from the front.
Yeah. I hate this shot. Oh.
I don't think it's the cleanest lap from Jesus. He'll probably be looking to go around again and improve on that time.
His first sector was definitely, and now he almost hit the gravel there. As we talked about beforehand, like it is like kind of hard down there in the 16th corner. It's easy to get out too wide there.
Yeah, it's really easy to like accelerate through the end of that chicane and just touch the gravel on your way out.
Yeah. We see here, bearded here from the top. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is not... Yeah, he's going straight back in. That was like, nope. Oh, almost hit the pit wall there.
I really want to see a good lap come out to bearded.
Yeah, same, man. I feel this is a driver that really hasn't found his foot yet in the league, and I think he's going to benefit a lot from going down.
I think he's been thrown in the deep end a little bit. Maybe he weren't quite ready for just how high the level of competition here in our Division 1 league. That's David Boy going around with the 117.8. Honestly, and I don't want to badmouth the guys here, but from the bottom half of this field, I expected better times.
I expected better from especially Dave, Jesus, and Crusader, and Gaben.
And Evoke as well. Like these are guys who I would bank on being at like 116.5s maybe.
Yeah.
But then you've got to ask though, right? It's a wet race. And Park Ferme is obviously in place, so they're not going to be using those dry setups that they would normally use.
Yeah, true. They are maybe just preparing for the storm, so to speak.
Yeah. How wet is the wet though? Is it the start of the race, the end of the race? Is it maybe Aaron's gone so fast because he's took the risk of going onto a dry setup anyway?
Can I see this information?
No, you can't, because F1 is a well-designed game.
Okay. Nice. Thank you, game. I just realized I don't think there's audio on my F1 right now.
Oh, there is on mine. That's unfortunate for you, I guess.
I know. Well, I know why there isn't, and I'll rectify this. Everybody, I'm sorry. Give me a hot moment.
Couple of people on outlaps right now. Nothing too special going down.
And now we have audio. Ah, way better. Cool. I apologize for this.
Nice. And Aaron starts his next flying lap, attempt number 2 at getting that time down. I think he's going to struggle to do better than a 115.8.
And that's a strong lap, like.
It's doable. I've seen him do better around this track.
Yeah, but if that's on a wet setup, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we have to take into account here. What are you preparing for?
I think you're right. I think it's likely a wet setup. Very smooth through sector 1 here. See how he's just gracing along those green parts of the curb?
Yeah.
And that's something that you cannot afford to do in the wet.
Nope, you
And
can't.
that's what's got me concerned.
Yeah. It's like as soon as you touch it, you just lose all the grip you just had.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, goes super wide
there it goes, nice and wide.
Yeah, I know.
And this was looking like a good lap, but
Yeah.
he's gonna have to pull that one in.
That. So behind him, we have Dave. On an out lap. Right. Bearded out lap. Crispy is on his fast lap here as well.
And we've got the heart of Crispy.
Going into second.
Aaron did go faster. He went half a second
Wow.
faster still. Despite that blunder.
I guess we just shut up and we don't know what we're talking about. He went too wide. Goes in, beats his time.
Yeah.
Well, Crispy coming up here to the two Ferraris, where Gabin is out on his fast lap, Bearded is not. Which means only one of them should give him space if he catches up, which it doesn't.
Well, actually, yeah, he should be fine getting across the line. He could get a little bit of a tow coming up to the finish line here. This could be really good for him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, not just gonna move around. Oh.
No, he abandons the lot.
Nope. He's like, nope, I'm not having any of this. And it's like, Gabin doesn't beat his
flying
time.
Out there? Hodgson just after the flying lap.
Yeah, I'm on him, man.
You say Dave went faster?
No, Gabin didn't beat his own time.
Oh, Gabin did.
Yeah. Which, starting at 7th if you're Gabin, with his traditionally not great starts, how's that?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Again, like...
Almost lost his bat again here.
It's going to be a wet race.
Yeah,
He'll be honest. He'll be on a wet setup. Some of these other guys might not be. In fact, I think it's safe to assume that the 3 AI drivers in 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now are all on dry setups, despite it being a wet race.
100% right there. I think that's a good point to remember there. I really want to see Vogue do better than this. Like, I don't understand this. Should be better, even on a wet setup, right?
Even on a bad day, Vogue's better than this.
Yeah. Hudson looks like he was struggling a bit down here in Sector 3. Like, he gets a strong Sector 3, but it looks like he was fighting for it.
Probably threatening medium traction tonight. It's okay, as long as he's not in my way.
Medium traction. Ooh. There, and we see the carrots going up here, and Yeast is here. Let's see. What's this time? Doesn't look strong. Nope. 17.1. That's not a strong lap from Yeezus either.
No. Hodgson is, as you look at him going around, well, there's probably an in-lap.
Yeah, sure.
Typically, one of the more reserved drivers on the grid. You see that with his reverse strategies, the way he tries to maintain his tyres. He quite likes to sit and wait. Which means that I'm under the impression that he too would be on a wet setup almost definitively.
I think, yeah. If I could bet on one being on the setup for the long run, that's him, most definitely, yeah.
And if that's the case, how is he still so far ahead of the likes of, again, Gabe and Crusader, like Jesus, Evoke? It doesn't ring true with me.
There is the possibility of, like, we've seen it before. Gaben had a bad race last race. He just didn't feel the track. I don't know how he is around here. I know he's just looking.
2 races, yeah.
Yeah, he's just looking forward to Monaco.
Right, BRB.
And here we see Dave is happy with his time. He doesn't believe he can improve the time. He's sitting out here waiting. Or actually full stopping the track. To let Evoke go through here. See Evoke, he comes here when he's got to start his flying lap here. I really want to see him be good here, I really do. Okay. Looks strong. He goes into corner number 3 here. Ooh, goes. Doesn't go too wide here. That looks good. Oh, but there he hits. Ah, it's fine. In the dry, this is fine. The wet, this will hurt him a bit, but he goes better here. As we see, he comes up here to the next corner, and he turns around here, slows perfectly good down. This is actually good, and he exits the corner. Too wide, and he hits the grass a bit as well, I think. Comes up. Goes around. Into the DRS zone. Uses the speed. Exits it at 150 for sector 2. This could look like a lap where he beats his whole time. Oh no. Ooh. Well, I spoke too soon. It looks like. Very much looks like I spoke too soon. But we don't know yet. Let's see what happens here. He goes in. He is happy with this being a lap. Also, the time is gonna speak to him. Vogue goes in, and he sets a better lap, yes. But still holds that 9th place. And I believe this is probably the last lap we're going to see from Evoke with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Crusader out here on his fast lap as well. Comes up here now. Is the curb better? You would just see he hits the curb better than Evoke did last time. Let's see how he handles here, 4th corner. Oh, out in the grass. No, no, no. Doesn't look well. Let's come up here. Go back up to Hudson and see how he is. You know, he is not doing at all. He is like, okay, I sit there. That's good. Cool. Crusader out here as well. Let's see where he ends up in this mess of a field right now. It's gonna be interesting with a lot of the AI standing in front and like drivers you maybe wouldn't expect. See here, a lot of people hitting those. Ooh, well, good we're not on strict corner cutting there. And where do we see him finish? Oh, and he takes just second. He takes P2 with a 15.9. Nice to see from Crusader. Really showing that he actually is a good driver there. Because he is fast. Everybody knows this. Best AI there. Hudson comes around here on his fast lap. And Jesus, where do you end, my friend? Okay, fastest sector 2 here from the man Hudson himself. And he swims through these here, and he comes here down to sector 3. How does he take the chicane? Takes it reasonably well, doesn't hit the green too much. Here comes down to last corner, turns around, stays on the track. Let's go. How did it end? Passes sector 3 as well, and he takes the 2nd spot. Pushes Crispy down 1 and Crusader out. Interesting. So it's now Aaron Hudson, Crusader, Crispy for the top 4. Definitely interesting here. Astron's AI here trying to see if he can do a better. Alstrux here as well. I say I don't think these AI are gonna improve much. I think these are pretty set. What we're gonna see. Yeah. Push Crusader out of the top 3 here. And Jesus, where? Come on, let's see the fast times. Squeezes past Evoke. Take the 9, pushes Dave out of the points. Last man here is Crispy, we see. Will he be able to push it? Can he push his way back into top 3? And he can. Just takes it 15.8. Very well. Good job. We again have the Haas drivers sitting comfortably up top there. And this has pushed the field down a bit again. Like, gonna be interesting to see. I think this is it. Now we just need the drivers to get back into their things. Interesting. So this is going to be the lineup we're going to have for the race. Let's hope for a clean race. And while this is going on, let's see the video of the track again while we go around here and lap finishes.
This versatile track is the preferred test venue for Formula One teams due to its range of demands. There are 16 corners on this 4.6 kilometre circuit. Average speed is not high at 195 kilometers an hour, but it's 60% full throttle, and the long turn 3 takes its toll on the tyres. Overtaking was always tough here until the introduction of DRS zones.
See here and the rest. Where we finish here goes back in. And this is, as we know, like we have to wait for the AIs and everybody else to go back onto track because you can't retire on track. You have to be in your pit. Hodge is going out on a victory lap. What don't know what that's doing. Interesting. But and with Bass's AI going out here as well, being like, no, I'm not going in. The AI keeps going victory laps here. And there we have it. The game is like, okay, boys, we're done. And there we have it. Aaron takes P1, Hudson takes P2, Crispy takes P3, Bass 4, Crusader 5th, Astral 6, Altrox 7th, Gabe in 8th, Jesus 9th, Evoke, and then Dave, and last we have Bearded here. Everybody's on the soft tire compound because they're probably going to start race, so hey, doesn't matter what tire you're on anyway. Exciting to see what's going to happen here. We hope for a great race. We hope for, and we have a reasonable turnout here. Oh, let's get ready. And we see here, as we predicted, the wet. That looks like a lot of rain. We have 9 drivers here. Interesting. Interesting to see how this is going to turn out. I hope it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be a good race. Excited to see how conservative they're going to be driving with all...
Well, you know what they say, Donkey. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the Formula One track during the Grand Prix weekend. It is coming down in spades, and I think we're going to have a very interesting start and probably midpoint of this race.
Yeah.
Here we are lined up on the grid.
And we're ready.
And away we go. Good start for Aaron. Solid start for Hodgson as well in second place. He could possibly push up.
Astral pushes up. Hodgson takes first.
Okay.
Gaben pushes up one spot as well.
Into this first tight right hander into the quick left hander.
Altrox takes the spot back. Gaben drops back up. Jesus doesn't hold.
Everybody's safe right now. Nobody's any closer to the back. That's a spin from the McLaren.
Orange. Oh, yellow flag.
I don't think there's any damage.
No damage. It doesn't.
Just a spin.
Just a spin here.
Okay, as we finish through sector 1, then Hodgson has a D taking the lead. Crispy moved up to second. Aaron solidifies himself in third. The AI of Baz and Astro stayed in fourth and fifth. Gaben steady as he goes in 6th. Evoke has moved up to 7th with his Racer Point teammate right behind him, Altrox in 8th. Davey Boy in a solid 9th. Crusader 10th, Breed at 11th, and Jesus again at the back. He was probably the McLaren that we see spin.
Yeah, he was the one to spin out. And and it was, as I predicted, so wet that we would see the wet tires.
Not even intermediate for this race, straight on the wets to begin with.
Yeah. Crusader takes spot. Bearded moves back. It's like, nope. And Crusader's now last. Bearded 10th. Let's go, Bearded. Show what you could do there. Oh.
And I think what a
and
lot
Bearded.
of the viewers may not understand.
Bearded, man. What you doing?
By, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
What people may not understand is that when you're in this car, in this weather, sure, it's slippy. You don't have the grip. You don't have the speed. You've got to be more cautious of the cars around you. But when you're in a line of about 3 or 4 cars, you cannot see anything in front of you.
You can see absolutely fuck all. Like, we have the benefit.
That's not just a real life thing in the game as well. You can't see anything.
Nope, you can't.
Okay, now I have heard of talk of Podger being okay in the rain.
Okay.
I have heard of it. And
interesting.
after 1.7 second gap already. What are we going to do about this Haas team next season?
I don't know.
This is ridiculous. Look at them go.
They're actually just like really racing it well here. Bearded really wants that spot. He really wants it. And he takes it from Crusader because Crusader fucks up there. Nicely done. That's what you do. You just keep your own race, wait for somebody to fuck up, and then you just take them. That is a strategy you very well can do in the wets.
And now he's only 1 place from the points, Donkey. And again, it might not be a lot of points, but points are points.
Points are
And
points.
there's only 1 race left after today, so...
Yeah. Let's hope and see. Up here at the front, do have Hudson. Gaben back joined. Gaben apparently left the game. I didn't see that on my screen.
We may have had a connection issue.
Yeah.
One thing to note is that Aaron is keeping with Crispy, though. Sure, the gap is forming to Hodgson, but Aaron is not letting the second Haas driver go anywhere.
And here we can see on Aaron's screen right now, you can see nothing. I recall a race from last season where you physically couldn't see the track.
That was France.
Yeah, you legit, you couldn't see the track. I was behind Rob and we just made a gentleman's agreement. Okay, he was like, Donkey, I'll just follow your red light so I can see the track. And it was, oh boy.
Faster start from Crusader, so
yeah,
he's trying to make up for that
yes,
time lost.
Definitely pushing there. And
one thing to monitor in wet races, whilst tire condition becomes less of an issue, fuel does.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It takes more effort to get your car around a wet track than it does a dry track.
Yeah, you just hear it and like...
You might be moving slower, but you're putting in the same amount of power.
And sometimes actually more, because the drag on the car is actually more, because of just...
Yep.
You have to move water and instead of air. And I don't know how much the weight on the car changes, because, you know, there's water on it. I think it's minuscule, but minuscule changes is often a lot in a sport like F1.
I remember Lewis Hamilton surmising that if he's 1 kilogram heavier, then it's a 1 second extra a lap.
Corner cutting from Yeezus there.
Yeah. And I don't think it was intentional either. It looked like he just...
yeah, he just spun out there.
Bit of understeer because he was letting cars go past him as well, so...
Yeah, exactly. And we see here, Dave wants this attack here. As you get... Fastest lap from Crispy.
Yeah. It's only just faster than Hodgson, though.
Yeah.
4 1,000ths of a second, so...
Yeezus also really wants this. He wishes there was that sweet DRS. He makes the move. He goes back in.
Dave, again, he's a man who told me today he's given everything he's got on Spain. I was speaking to him earlier, and in my driver interview, he surmised that Spain is where he's going to push. And he didn't say wholeheartedly that he thought he could interrupt this Haas dominance, but he said he'd be giving it his best.
Yeah, and that's actually all you ask. He's already moved, and Evoke takes Gaben on.
Okay.
Good job, Evoke.
Gaben again struggling
again,
track.
like.
Now we're only 4 laps into this 33-lap race.
Oh, Gaben, fuck. Ooh, Gaben almost
short as he just about keeps it out with a wall.
Oh,
but it spins again.
Like Altra.
The other racer will come up past him now as well.
He is.
He just hasn't found his feet.
Oh,
this split. It's the Haas of
It's the Haas. Oh yeah.
I don't see any damage to his ring, so it's likely just a spin.
Probably, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, he struggled to keep it on the track here as well.
Yep.
Around here.
Sector 3, that car's gonna slide.
Yeah, it is.
It's a slow chicane. Like, you twist and turn in the car in multiple directions and trying to accelerate, and it doesn't want it.
Oh, fuck me. Look, look, man.
Formula 1 cars are designed to go straight really quickly.
Yep. Imagine the day where we look at this. Crusader this far behind Gavin isn't unusual. But when it's 11th and 12th place, that is the unusual part of this. Like, right, look at this!
And it's Crusader and Gaben fighting for the 1 point.
Fuck.
Wild.
Fuck's sake.
I'm telling you, the quality of driver that we've brought in this season has been absolutely astronomically different.
Which has, for me at least, it's been more interesting to watch the race because nobody likes, just in real life, it's not fun to just see Hamilton just win.
Yeah.
That's fun for no one. Dave has really kept that door shut.
Yeah.
It has meant that Altox has gotten away a bit.
And again, we need to bring up the 3-second time penalty from Jesus. Every lap that he's behind Dave, not only is he not catching those ahead of him, that 3-second time penalty is still there.
It's still going to be there. He can't serve it in the pit though, which...
No, this is not a stop-go. This is after the race.
Oh, you are right. He does have to wait. Or,
Yeah.
like it would be put on the top of it. Wow. We see here, Gavin really wants this point. He's like...
Aaron still keeping crispy to within that 1 second.
Hudson pushed Vogue out.
Not happy being down there.
No,
6th and 7th place at the moment.
Not. And we have said it before, his strong side isn't overtaking.
No.
And definitely not in this league. He has been used to being, okay, I start one, I just fucking go, and then see you boys. And Jesus moves up. Jesus, does he get past? He gets past him, yeah.
And yeah, he should hold that through sector 2 now.
Yeah. Dave does have all the ERS in the world.
And I think that's a lesson from his issues last race. He's probably taking that on board. And
probably,
he asked me what I do in the situation, and as always, all we can do here is speculate. It's a lot easier to do so when you're watching, not racing.
Yeah.
And then we know that ourselves from also racing in Division 2.
Oh.
But sometimes just
bit of contact there between swapping paint.
Let the car ahead work for you. You know what I mean? If you're within the 1 second, you don't need to push.
Oh, you don't.
Like wait until you're ready to push.
Yeah. And Bearded is not that far behind Gaben. Like, he really isn't.
No.
Like, look at this.
Catching, might I add.
Yeah.
He was further behind.
Yeah. Where Crusader, on the other hand, man, like...
It's almost like he's pitted. He's 14 seconds down. Like, you would think, has he had an early pit up and pulled it back? But that's not the case.
No, he hasn't pitted.
Again, first and second place from last season.
Yeah.
And with this new talent coming in, like.
Speak of pitting, we have Hudson here now going in for the pit.
Could he be trying to get some kind of undercut? Undercutting isn't really useful in the wet. It's not really a thing.
But as we said, like, if you ask who has the interesting strategies on this, he's going for the intermediates.
He's gone for inters. Ooh. So he feels the track is dried up enough. I mean,
that
the rain's certainly lightened up, but the track still looks pretty wet to me.
Yeah. But if he just keeps on the racing line, there's a big difference being on the racing line and not being on the racing line.
But again, I mean, this is some hidden confidence in yourself because he just spun out on the wet tyre.
But let's see.
I guess he was looking at his temps and the Haas team thought it was better to bring him in.
Let's see. Gunther told him to just change, and well, he listened. So
okay, Bearded now has closed that gap up to Dave.
Yeah, and it's in the points.
Yeah.
In the points. I love this. And as we saw before, we could just talk about Crusader, like how long. Hudson pitted and still came out in front of him.
It's wild.
Like,
wow, I think it's the purple helmet.
Maybe. We don't know.
It's reflecting back at him in the rain and it's distracting him.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Does he know he can clear his visor? Oh,
Crispy has managed to pull away. We've got
yellow flag.
a McLaren. Is that Crusader again?
Yeah, that's Crusader again.
Yeah.
Spins out. Man, he's really
Doesn't look
strong.
like it was a bad spin, but yeah, it's...
No, look at this. Goes super wide there. He's not... Maybe Hudson was right with these inter tires, because like if the track rise up too much, the wets is not a good choice.
The wets start to lose grip. They get too hot.
Yeah, which maybe that. And see, we see here, Dave goes into the pit as well.
I guess we can only tell by his lap times. He's on his first technically flying lap now, but it did go purple in sector 3. So I guess we'll see on this lap if Inter's with the right choice. And Dave comes back out on the wet, so he doesn't agree with the tyre choice.
And that's where it gets interesting, in my opinion. That is where you don't agree on the stuff. So here, Crusader moves up a place, I guess, because Dave pitted.
Yeah.
But that's a pit that Crusader soon has to think about when he's gonna get in it and do as well.
Now again, we can talk about the resilience of drivers like Hodgson, who did just go purple sector 1, by the way.
Yeah.
Hodgson, who typically sits in the middle of the pack, waits for his time, and then comes through in the second half of the race. But that's not what's going to happen here. He's not going to have a superior tyre strategy, or he's going to be on soft versus hards, or fresher tyres, or anything like that. That's just not how the race goes right now.
Yeah.
He's just in 10th position, and same goes for Crusader. Like, these guys are not used to being that far back. Unlike Bearded, like, he's resilient. He can sit, and he will make sure he gets to the end.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if these drivers of, should I say, a higher caliber are used to that, right?
Crusader again spins out. Hits the wall, no wing.
Oh,
This is not this man's race. Going around this track on relatively old wets, no
we're
wing.
about to see a fastest lap set by Hodgson.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, he has...
The question is, everybody's in the pits.
Yeah.
What tire are they bringing out? Because are they going to see it too late? It is a fastest lap. It's a 1:30.5.
And if they're bringing out the intermediates...
McLaren of Jesus comes out on Inters.
Vogue comes out, Inters...
AI of Altrox comes out on Inters. Evoke, did he go into Inters as well?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. So, okay, Hodgson was he was right on the money. He came in the lap he should have came in, and ahead of the curve, I guess. He ups us once again with his strategy of these tyre choices.
And just got faster sector 1 again, and he can now see Bearded up there. Gonna get the slip.
Bearded in 6th place. This is the highest position we've seen him in at this point in a Grand Prix so far this season.
Really.
I'm optimistic.
I am as well.
And you know what? It looks bleak because you think Shaw is only 1 second behind Gaben, but Gaben's 21 seconds behind everybody else.
Yeah. We see here. I think Hudson's gonna make the move here soon. Yeah, and there he comes. Does he sneak past him?
He's definitely on pressure tires. He seems to be on the better compound for the current track conditions.
Bearded got full out there, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what much Bearded could do.
No, he moves out.
That is the AI of Baz going into the pits now as well. Crusader did pit. He's up for being lapped right now. He's going to be showing blue flags.
Actually.
Only on lap 10.
And here we see Gaben goes into the pits as well, which puts Hudson back to the 5th spot here.
And also moves Bearded up unless he decides to go into... No, he
no,
didn't.
He
He's
doesn't.
still going.
They probably don't want to double stack the pit, I assume.
Ah, yes, double Ferrari. It's always weird not having you as Gaben's teammate.
Yeah.
Okay,
it feels
Crusader
weird.
is on the Inters though, and I don't think that Crispy is close enough to get a blue flag, but no, he gives it over.
Yeah.
And that is a man who's accepted his position in this race, because that probably cost him 4 or 5 seconds alone.
Hudson just improved sector 1 again.
Track's right up, I guess, but it's still raining, so...
It is still raining.
I guess what's probably happening is those puddles of water are being dried out and pushed to the side as the cars go round and round. But the track's still going to stay wet from the light rain that's coming through.
And especially if you're not on the racing line right now, those Inters is going to feel rough on you.
Yeah, you can actually see, like, the stream, it just looks like a different shade, so you can't really tell as much. But when you're in the car, like, you can actually see how dry the race line is compared to the rest of the track. It's terrifying to move off it.
Let's see here. Jesus moving past because he goes into the pit. Trader, good. Let's fucking go. Trader really is a struggling man. Aaron takes spot number 1 here.
Yeah, as Crispy and Aaron's AI partner go into the pit.
And Crusader's in an annoying spot right now. Even if he's faster, he just can't get past.
Yeah, He just can't.
You're stuck there. And
Although I think it's pretty safe to say that Aaron will probably pit this lap, which frees Crusader up.
it does. And the closest there is Bass's AI, which is 16 seconds behind. Yeah. And that we see Bearded, he's in the pits now.
He's dropping down because he's also gone into the pits.
Comes out on the inters though. Comes out just behind Gabit, so basically no change there in where they are. Ooh, and Bass beats fastest sector 1. Could hold our fastest lap is Hudson still though.
Those fresh tires, I mean, could we see this rain clear up by the end of the race? That would be interesting.
It would be.
See all kinds of compound strategies coming out then.
Personally, that is my favorite kind of race where we start on one weather type and we change, because that can fuck on. You can plan as much as you want if the weather change well.
And yeah, there's a lot to be said for adaptability throughout a race as well.
Really is.
Hodgson, as we see, who is quite renowned for his ability to change with how the races is going, is now up to 3rd position, despite what was a horrific start.
And it's just going faster and faster. And here we see Aaron pits.
I think he's going to lose out here. I think he might even come out on like 5th.
I mean, he is already on his way. Yeah. And fastest lap again, Hudson here. Fuck me.
Again, almost the 129.
Yeah.
And yeah, Aaron goes down to 5th position. He struggled there. The AI went in the lap before him, and he's lost the position because of it. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, very much. And that is just the downside of having a non-human companion. Like, you can't. Okay, when's you gonna do what's gonna make sense? If the AI goes in, double stacking the pit is also really bad. That's just gonna make the pit stop that much longer.
And cruising around the 6th place, had a pretty quiet race here as a Volk in the racing point, but he's soon to be under pressure from Jesus.
Yeah. What are you thinking if you're Dave right now? Okay, I have to pit now with these wet tires, which he's only been on for 3 laps.
I'm thinking, staying on the wets isn't gonna fix my problem.
Yeah.
That hasn't been the safety car yet. If I stay in the race, there's still points. Like,
yeah.
I mean, and he's still going to go out ahead of Crusader.
Yeah, this is not Crusader's race.
No. Real unfortunate.
So what we see here is Hudson needs to overtake Bass's AI. He can't rely on any pits because he's on older tires.
Yeah, he is actually, yeah.
He should look back to clear his visor though.
That is the thing you can do.
And fastest
Hudson faster again.
Just go under 130 in the wets, mind you.
Half a second faster.
It's okay. Interesting to see here.
I would like it noted though that we're going to really struggle to stay to the end of this race with it being a wet race.
Yeah.
Hodgson 129.452 is currently the fastest lap.
And with all the AIs racing as well, I really want to get in to the quali session as well to be able to actually set a time. Dave, can you crash out and take over the stream, please?
You should log into F1 on your server computer on your main account to do your qualifying laps whilst casting. Okay, Jesus has got to within 1 second now. I think it's almost inevitable, but Volk he's trying to keep that gap there the best he can.
Yes, he's fighting for it. He very much is.
Meanwhile, Hodgson's still stuck behind the AI of Baz. I think the positions have stagnated a little bit now.
Yeah, it has.
And it's not that people aren't fighting, like the fight is there.
They are. Yeah,
Hodgson is all over the back of Baz. Like, Jesus is trying to like get onto the exhaust of the Volk as well, but fastest from Aaron 129.0 dead. That's half a second faster than Hodgson went.
Let's see what.
I told you if he can keep it on the track, Aaron is quick around Spain.
Yeah, and it looks like even in the wets, like he's been doing that. So he just really want to get past the Volk.
he's got to get closer. Like, he's got to get closer, and he seems to be closing the gap in sector 3 and then losing again in sector 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And like,
well, that makes sense. Evoke has to be driving a bit more conservative in sector 3 with the chicane there, because it is a slow chicane. It's easy to fuck that up.
yeah, it's worth noting as well. I mean, I'll explain. They both have about 70% ERS. Whereas Aaron, who did just put in fastest lap, is down to 22%. And you remember
And
what I
Hodgson
mentioned
takes
earlier
it.
in this race? Yeah, Hodgson does take him, but like I mentioned earlier in this race, if you look to do harsh drivers, yes, they're 1 and 3, but they have yellow fuel lights on right now. Sure, it's not something to worry about, but we're only on lap 14.
There's still 20 laps to go, man.
Yeah, there's not a 20-second gap. Like, the cars are all in sector 3. They're in the same sector as you. You go through here, like.
They both, yeah, Crispy as well. You're right. Hopefully here now with the fresh air, he can like drop down on the fuel a bit and use his ERS and just hope the AI.
Aaron again, 128.7. He is on a tear. He may not know that these guys are low on fuel, but my God, he's going to check if they are when he gets there. As this track is starting to dry up now, you can see it's only a few droplets. There's barely any rain coming through now.
Yeah.
And like, these intermediates will still be the tire to be on, but even off the racing line, you can see it is starting to dry up a little bit. Hopefully in about maybe lap 20-ish, 22.
Yeah. Even on the stream, you can see it's just a darker shade because it's not doesn't have that much water on it anymore.
And of course, one of the things I do like is that the track does dry up with the cars. If nobody drove on the racing line and they all drove on their own made-up racing line instead, different areas of the track will be dry.
Yeah. Which is what makes a track like Monaco annoying to drive in the wets because, well, it's just dry everywhere because we made a tunnel.
Yeah.
Fuck me. I remember quality last year. Everybody, it's fine, it's in the wet. Fuck, everybody spins out in the tunnel.
Aaron almost within 1 second of Astral.
Yeah. Jesus has...
Hodgson has flew the nest.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, clean air, it will do you good here. And, just fastest sector 3 here is really doing good. His window just opened.
Fastest lap again from Aaron, 128.6.
He is,
and if I'm him, I don't pit right now. I tell Jeff to fuck off. I am flying around on these tires.
Yeah, it's working. He will turn them into slicks and do Lewis Hamilton. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, he'll just make them slicks himself.
He'll turn them. He will drive them to the end. As a telemetry, I really wish we could see was the tire conditions. I really wish we had that.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of gauge the basics
we
with
can.
how many laps they've done. And at a higher level, like at maybe our guys race on like 95. Maybe if you raced on 110, you could see that kind of that would matter as much. But small mistakes still happen down here. And you don't get to monitor it as closely as a result. Jesus, by the way, still being held off to that 1 second gap by Evoke. And again, with it being wet conditions still, that the RS isn't going to help him out. If he wants to position, he's got to push all the way around the track.
He does have a lot of ERS saved up, though. He is ready to push it and just get him. It is worthy to note here that he is far enough ahead of what's his name, Altrox.
Yeah.
So
and
his,
just up the road as well, Crispy again losing out to the AI in sector 3 as his pit window opens as well. I think, you know what? I think people's tires are starting to get cold around this track.
Yeah.
I think they're starting to get cold. I think
the
problem here is, though, you have to go into another set of inters. You cannot go into slicks in this condition.
No. So what you do is, like, you wait, you hope, and then you push these and hope the track dries up enough for slicks, which gonna be a while, I would say, before slicks can work here. We just saw Hudson there starting to struggle a bit.
Yeah. I mean, he's been on his tires the longest as well, so...
So right now it looks like his strategy paid off. But like, he's only 2 seconds, not even, in front of Bass's AI. That is on 3 laps, younger tires. So who's gonna pit first?
That's a good question, and you would think it would be Hodgson.
But
If
if you look,
anybody's tires are struggling right now.
yeah. And and this obviously I don't know. I just assume that his tires are getting shacked or had been shacked because he's just been driving them that hard.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not so now, but he had to get up there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And now it's fine, right? So we can only hope that the rest of the field behind him is fighting, and one that is fighting is Aaron.
Yeah.
As we see here, which is also on yellow fuel now.
Yeah, he made it onto the gearbox of Astro, but again, at what cost? At what cost? We're just past the halfway point of this race, and yellow fuel tanks is not what you want to see. And for those drivers who may be a bit further back, but maintaining that fuel, I mean, Volk, no yellow, Jesus, no yellow,
Altrox, no.
Gaben, no yellow. Like,
Yeah,
sure, these guys might not be in for a shot right now, but if this track dries up, they manage to stay on their tires because they haven't been on them as long. They come out on medium tires, fresh mediums, plenty of fuel in the back. Like,
and then
they can make up this time.
Yeah, and that could be the saving grace for especially somebody like Dave that arguably took the wrong choice by going out to wets again instead of inters.
Yeah, it was a hard call.
It was.
a hard
Oh
call.
yeah, and everybody made that call once where it's just wrong. And it happens.
If only he could have lasted another lap, he would have been out on inters and he'd be 16 seconds ahead of where he is now.
Yeah.
And maybe we'd see a fight between him and Gaben. Maybe he'd be in between those two Ferrari
I think
drivers.
he would be. He would definitely be in here between you.
Whilst the track has dried up to this point, it doesn't seem to be getting any drier from now.
Nope.
The rain is still light, but it's still there.
It's still there. And if the rain doesn't stop, that means the track will only dry up to a certain point.
Like, you could drive on slicks in this condition, but the second that rain changes,
Or if
even a little bit heavier, you're at a loss.
Or if you stop being on the racing line because you have to overtake or something like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. Which, for Hudson is fine if he can stay in front. But that's why he just can't pit to the slick tires. He is making more and more of a gap to the AI, and his fuel is not in the yellow anymore. So he has dropped it down to save up some, which is good. That is good from him. Bass, the AI is still on the yellow fuel. Crispy is not anymore, which means Crispy could start making a move here.
And right behind them, the two AlphaTauri drivers, 4th and 5th again. Aaron still trying to get past, but with no avail. Now, Volk has now pushed just to a 1.5 deficit. And the second racing point in Altrox down in 8th, Gaben behind him in 9th, followed by his teammate again in 10th. And then Div1 in the Renault Crusader in the McLaren to round out 11th and 12th. Not in points contention at the moment.
Ooh. Oh, he's about to get lapped by Hudson. Which would be the second time he gets lapped this race. Not in a row, but oh.
Yeah, that would still just re-lap him, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he unlapped himself.
Yeah. Because, the pits. Hudson is, however, on really old inters. They are on 12 laps right now.
One thing there is for us to note is that there has not been even a virtual safety car though for this race.
It's been very,
which will be the
very
first one of the season so far.
Which I'm personally happy to see. That these AlphaTauris, they're really gonna push this. Bradley must be hyped and having the biggest dick right now in his pants. He's so ready to see AlphaTauri go on.
It's worth noting as well, whilst Aaron has got right up to the back of Astro, like Astro's got right up to the back of Crispy, and
yeah. They are slipstreaming each other, that's fucking go. And like, they're closing that gap.
they are. They're closing at every lap.
And Hudson is just pulling away.
And it's only a matter of time though, like, if Aaron gets past this AI, what happens to Crispy? Like, I don't think he sits behind him as long as the AI has... Oh! They touch!
No,
Oh, they touch a lot! Okay, Aaron just nudges his way through on his teammate, and I don't think any damage, but...
Oh.
Man, you wouldn't get away with that if it was a player. I
Really wouldn't.
Something that we'll probably send to the race stewards.
Let's see here again in the yeah, he just nudges him there.
A little nudge is okay, but the follow-up,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no damage. It wouldn't be more than a slap on the wrist, but if it was a player, he'd probably have to concede the position, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's see here how he goes back up to the back down through the field here. Jesus.
Oh, he's spinning. Okay. Aaron can't keep his car on the track. Really struggling right now. Jesus, where did he get that 2.5 from on Evoke?
I don't know. I think Evoke is starting to struggle
yeah.
a bit here. Like his tires
Yeah,
are
you can
also
see him
not
going
good.
wide there.
Like,
2-10-4.
yeah.
Or a Repsol, but in Spanish.
And then we see and Jesus almost takes. Yeah, Jesus does take him here.
He's got the inside line here.
Yeah, and he got
You've got to be careful you don't follow too tightly through here because there's not much room. Okay. Evoke elects to tuck in behind. The smart move.
Yeah.
There is no space on the right hand side.
Oh,
the cars
there really
naturally
isn't.
go with the camber of the road.
Very much so.
DRS has just been enabled.
Which is just as detriment to how good this is. This could be the saving for Evoke.
DRS being enabled means that the FIA are deeming this a dry track, and here come every car from the top 4.
Just
Except
like
Aaron again, he doesn't elect to go into the pits.
No, but Astral is. Again, don't want to double stack it. Jesus goes into
Jesus
pit here.
coming into the
Evoke
pits.
doesn't.
Evoke not going into the pits. Alfie does go into the pits. Gaben coming up now through sector 3.
And Hudson comes out on the medium tires.
Look at all the pit crews out.
Fuck me, they're working for the money now.
Gaben into the pits. He will be far gone enough for Beat to come in as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, but
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Gaben doesn't go in.
No, I
He
think
fucked
I
up
think
the
he
pit lane.
misjudged it, yeah.
I think he did as well. I unfortunately didn't catch it. Bearded does come in here.
Indeed get to go in.
Oh,
No!
Bearded.
Oh my god.
Follow his
Bearded.
teammate. He hits the wall there. Shite.
Dave coming in right behind them, does not hit the wall. Well played, Dave.
Good job, good job.
Yellow flag sector 1.
That's Gaben. Gaben doesn't have a wing. His wing is gone.
Yeah, he's hit that split between the pit lane and the pit straight.
And then got put on the track and not in the pit lane. Shite.
I think that could be his race.
I think so as well. Like with only
Time he
11
gets
laps
back
to
around
go.
the track and pits.
Yeah. I see here Bearded comes out.
Dave is coming out right behind Bearded.
Bearded, this is your time. This is your moment. Show them that you deserve to have that ugly helmet on your head. Fucking go.
What is it with the purple helmets?
I
guys?
don't
Come
know.
on.
Could we stop it? Can we see Evoke
Ah,
now?
Evoke
Evoke's
now
go-
just going to the pits.
Yeah. I think
Aaron
this
loses out
fucking
the third, fourth.
this that everybody pitted. I think that's what saves Hudson's tires and his race.
Yeah. He held on enough. He held on
Yeah.
enough, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Crispy gets past Aaron, which is expected, but he doesn't lose out too much time here, actually.
Jesus
And I
comes
want
up.
to see what Aaron can do on these slick tyres, on the dry track.
Yeah.
This is where he opens it up, I think.
Yeah. Crusader's in a shite spot here, like. He's sitting here
Yeah.
getting blue flag left, right, and center. Can't do anything. He's on the good everything. But he can't do
Yeah.
nothing.
Can't overtake, like...
Just sit there and be a penis.
Oh, it's gravel. Okay, hold it, though.
Now Gaben.
Meanwhile, Dave is within 1 second of beated already. DRX is enabled, and he will get it coming onto the back straight.
Gaben
There it
finally
is.
in the pits, man.
Turns his ARS on to go with him as well. I think he's going to make the move. He goes up the inside, coming down into 10-1. Very clean from Dave. Renault takes 9th place. Very cleanly done.
Good job.
I don't think Beatit's going to give it up too easy, though. Like, this is him. He's in the race now. Hodgson fastest with 122.8 on the medium compound.
Beat it. Let's go. Let's see. Use your ERS. Dave doesn't have as much as you
Flag
do.
in sector 1. It's a Ferrari.
It's Gaben again. Gaben is out. No wing again.
At this point, I think he drives it around, pulls it up, and retires the car. I think he retires the car.
I think you're right.
I don't think he should. There's always a chance of points, but
You should always fight for it. There's the chance that if just one car right now fucks it up, he's still in the points.
will be 2 cars. Crusader's now only a second behind and has
Yeah,
pitted
true.
and does not need to pit again.
Yeah, very true.
Like,
Very true.
I want to talk about Dave. Look
Yeah.
at this boy go.
This is by go like does he catch? But like he doesn't catch anything right now. He needs to just actually just defend the fuck.
He's
out of
gone.
Peter.
Like I don't think Peter's going to be able to keep pace here.
No,
Dave,
fastest lap
fastest
for
lap
that.
of the race, 120.8.
We are gonna see that now with the track actually being dry. It is dry. I agree with FIA.
And like you said, it's a 30-second gap to a vote, but man, he's in open air. He's on fresh mediums. It's time to open it up. 199 coming in from Hodgson. Let's see what the battle between Aaron and Crispy is looking like. 119.8 from Baz. Crispy goes across the line. Aaron right behind him. Pretty much in the same car.
Aaron
This point,
gets
DRS open.
But no ERS to back it up.
He elects not to go for move. It's pretty far back.
He didn't have any ERS. He was on
Yeah.
10% when he enabled the ERS.
Right, now, this is the situation that they found themselves in, and we touched on it earlier at Zandvoort. You're faster than the car ahead. You think you can take it, but you don't have DRS. Let your DRS do the work for you. There's 9 laps left, so there's loads of time.
Yeah.
Stay within the second, use your DRS, save up your care, save up your battery. And then when you've got about 30-40%, make your move. Do it then.
And this is now where
Jesus.
Crusader would have to let Crispy go past him.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, man. The brave boy that just sends it. Or Aaron, sorry. Aaron just dive bombed the fuck out of Crispy.
Yeah. But he gets it. He gets it through. I mean, Crusader
Yeah,
went wide. and
let's see that on the
Crispy
replay.
had to let off.
It comes again, and we see here. He's so close to hitting Crusader, though. He doesn't, no contact. So there's nothing wrong with what he's doing at all.
Oh no, I would say he exceeded the track limits. He wouldn't get away with that if we're on strict settings. I mean, he holds it though.
Yeah.
Maybe a touch too aggressive. I just want to make sure he makes it to the end of a race at this point. What else is going on through the track? Pretty quiet. Crusader wide.
Gaben still hasn't pitted, by the way.
No.
He's committed to, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna hope that somebody fucks up and that I can finish without a wing. Because he knows, if he pits, as you said,
his wing looks fine to me. Doesn't look damaged. We've got a nice front view there. His wing does not look damaged to me.
No, you're right. It just looked from the cockpit view that there wasn't a wing.
I was going to say, Jesus has had a quiet 5 or 6 laps, but as I say that, the AI Racing Point driver number 2, Altrox, comes right up behind him. DRS open. As we go to sector 2. Not really a place to make a move, although Adam would argue against that, I suppose. Again, both McLaren drivers seem to be just sliding a little bit going through these corners.
And, shit. So, Jesus, you have to move, man.
1:17.6 from Aaron.
Jesus being effectively 13 seconds behind.
Aaron's fastest lap he just set is 1.2 seconds faster than Hodgson's best. The previous fastest lap.
That man is pushing. And Crusader goes past Gaben.
Yeah. Crispy under pressure now as well.
Crispy very much under the pressure.
From back markers though, like.
Yeah. Again, what do you do here? Your name is Crusader.
And it's rough. It's really
rough.
rough.
You call Crispy and say, "Hey, boy, move out. You can take my carriage."
Yeah.
Like, you do not. You like. And it sucks.
Dave is very alone right now on that right now. Not another car is on this end of the track.
No, he's actually alone.
Everyone is over on the
Has his-
right hand side.
has the sector to himself. I guess Bearded is there to some extent on the same sector as him now. Fuck me. 1 minute until quali starts for our end. I really wish I could see this through. 5 laps left.
You would get to do one flying lap and that is all in Spain.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we may not be able to see this one all the way through. We have made a suggestion for time changes next split, guys. So Monaco is the last race of the first split, happening on Monday next week. Same time, we'll be here.
Yeah.
Join us for that. And then there'll be a 1 week break, after which we'll come back with split 2. The division shuffled around a little bit with drivers moving up and down where relevant. At McLaren spin in sector 2, and it is of course your boy Crusader.
Fuck me. That man has not had the race of his day. Race of his day.
You're right, he has not the race of his day.
I'll get there. Caught up on the pass of Gaben and then no.
Okay. I think, Donkey, it's probably best if we leave it here. We're gonna go, we might as well go.
Yeah. So, thank everybody for watching. Sorry we can't see to the end. The results will be posted. And Crusader, still, what are you doing, man? Will you stop being bad?
Yeah, the results will be posted in BBU Formula 1 Town chat. Please look there. They may also be posted to Twitter in the coming days when the graphics are being updated as well. Division 2 race will follow. You will, of course, miss qualifying because this race will still be going, but keep an eye on the channel, and we'll be back with you soon.